Interest rates are climbing, and they have been for a while. This is impacting the amount of homes being sold nationwide. But are people still buying houses in Tucson? Should sellers be selling houses in Tucson? And what types of clients are benefiting in a market like this one in Tucson, Arizona specifically? Hey everyone, it's Kimberly, your go-to real estate agent in Tucson, Arizona, and today we're talking about this ever-changing market in early August 2023. Make sure you're like and subscribe to follow along with Tucson news about things to do and see and know about this city, my hometown, and comment below with your predictions for the real estate market in the near and far off future. Everyone has their thoughts about what's going to happen, but I'd love to hear yours. When you're ready to buy or sell a home here, all my contact information is in the description below each video on this YouTube channel, and we have hundreds of videos on this channel about Tucson and real estate in general. We all know that mortgage rates have been climbing, and they're now hanging out right around 7.25%. But has this interest rate hike affected the Tucson housing market more than the rest of the country? What trends are we seeing that continue to drive Tucson home values up, even though fewer people are buying and selling homes right now? Year-over-year inflation data on August 10th shows a 3.2% increase in the cost of goods minus food and energy. Even though inflation has cooled down considerably, the target for inflation is actually 2%. So there's still some work to do in the eyes of the Federal Reserve. This is why Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, increased interest rates by 25 basis points on July 26th and is still considering increasing the rates again in September. Therefore, mortgage rates continue to go up, and this is scaring some people away from buying a home. This is also the reason some people don't want to sell their homes. I mean, come on, why trade an interest rate under 3% for one that is in the mid or even high 7% range? In fact, the inventory of homes for sale in Tucson remains very low historically, with a drastic decrease from a year ago, with approximately 25% fewer homes for sale. What does the low inventory mean for buyers? Well, it means that if you're looking for a new home, you might have to search a little bit longer to find an existing home that suits your needs, because there just aren't as many sellers selling houses right now. But don't worry guys, I have a good solution for this that I will talk about at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around to the end. With interest rates going up and fewer buyers financing homes, does that mean that home prices in Tucson are dropping? Surprisingly, no. Here's the thing, even though a lot fewer people in Tucson are selling their homes, buyers still need to buy homes because rent in Tucson is super expensive right now, and people still need a place to live. For those of you who remember Economics 101, you'll know that fewer sellers and supply, combined with continued buyer demand, means that prices continue to go up, and average Tucson home sale prices continue to increase. July's average home price increased by over 6% compared to July of last year, as the average Tucson home price is now a whopping $484,000. That's kind of a lot of money for the average Tucsonan. So does that mean that if you're a seller, you're going to make a fortune if you sell now? Well, it depends on what you purchased your home for in the first place and how much money you've put into it in the time you've owned it. A lot of people who have had a home for at least the last few years have gained a lot of equity driven by inflation. But keep in mind that buyers are more particular now about what they will spend their money on. They know that they're going to have to pay a 7+% interest rate, and they know that the seller's market has cooled down a little from a few years ago, and they don't want to settle for something that they aren't in love with, and I don't blame them. When I'm working with a seller on a listing right now, I let them know that we can list the home for sale for whatever they want to sell it for, but don't be surprised if it doesn't sell fast. I wouldn't recommend getting too greedy on your sales price, because I'm not seeing nearly as many bidding wars as I was seeing when interest rates were low, although I am seeing some. When a home is priced right and there isn't anything really wrong with it, like crazy road noise in the backyard or a weird smell lingering from a cat or something, homes are still selling quickly. Is it a bad time to sell your Tucson home based on the fact that interest rates are so high? I've said this before in other videos, but I'll keep saying it, and this is more my personal point of view and not so much coming as a realtor's opinion, but I'm a big believer that if you don't like or want your home anymore, you should sell it and not worry about what's going on in the rest of the market. Timing the market perfectly is really tough. I see many Tucson residents selling their homes and buying new houses to meet their needs. Some need to downsize, some need to upsize, some want something that is less work or more energy efficient or whatever. If you think you want to move, get with a realtor like myself and talk over the comparable properties in the area. Discuss the pros and cons of moving. Discuss additional fees that you will have when selling and purchasing real estate. Get with a mortgage lender to find out your financing options and make the educated decision based on your research and knowledge of the real estate market as opposed to an interest in selling fast to make some quick money. If you decide that the cons outweigh the pros, maybe it's not a good time to sell. So if a lot of buyers can't afford 7 or more % interest rate, who is buying all these houses? Well, probably not surprisingly, all those cash buyers who waited so patiently when interest rates were super low and it was a super competitive market are now coming out of the woodwork to buy second homes, vacation rentals, and other investment properties. These folks are sitting very patiently waiting for a home to sit on the market for 2 or 4 or 6 weeks, and they're coming in and they're offering low bids right now. And in a lot of cases, the sellers are going for it because they need to sell their homes and they want a quick close with no appraisal. So it's kind of a win-win for the sellers and for the cash buyers. Lastly, let's talk about Tucson buyers who need to buy a home, but they can't pay cash, and they'd really prefer not to pay that 7% interest rate. What are their options? Well, if you reach out to me, I'll give you the contact information for some great local Tucson mortgage lenders with competitive interest rates who would love to fight for your business. And they can also talk to you about different programs that are being offered to buyers to help them buy down their interest rates and other options to save you a lot of money in the long run. But something else that's going on in Tucson that's really cool is that a lot of my clients are purchasing new construction homes and finding that the builders' preferred lenders are helping them buy down their interest rates as well. I actually just today had some buyers go under contract on a new construction home and get locked in at a 4.99% interest rate, which is basically unheard of right now. Call me and I'll talk to you about different builders and their incentives right now. I work with a ton of new construction builders and I know a lot of these sales reps and their individual lenders and their incentives, and I'd love to help you find the best interest rate for your needs if you decide to go the new construction route. And it's great because there's still a ton of new construction happening in Tucson all over the city, but especially the suburbs. I hope you've learned a little bit about Tucson's local real estate market here in August 2023. Things are always changing around here, which is great because it keeps us on our toes and keeps things exciting. If you decide you'd like to get in on this real estate market, I'd love to help you out. All my contact information is in the description below each video on this YouTube channel, and we have hundreds of other videos on this channel about Tucson and real estate in general, so explore those after this one to get an idea about things to do and see and know about this city, my hometown. Comment below with your real estate market predictions and consider liking and subscribing on your way out the door. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next Tucson video.